Hello Bard haters, and welcome to another fine We Hate Bards Let's Play. I'm Ben, and this is more Fire Emblem. Last time, we saved a merchant, who then agreed to travel with us and take all our extra shit that we don't need. So that's going to be a useful thing going forward. As for right now, I forgot to save after last part, so now we have a save file right at the beginning of this battle. We're not generally going to be using it, but just in case my emulator crashes, or something else happens to the recording, I can just load right back here. That should be fine, and then I won't have to see the story again. Now, the battle we have ahead, this is the map we're going to be on. As I mentioned last time, you can deploy Merlinus, which we'll see in a bit. He'll deploy here, to this spot, and if he dies, he doesn't go away. That's the interesting thing. He does not get permadeath, but he will not gain a level for that particular map. So we've got to be a bit careful with how I deploy him, how I protect him. Because right now there's only two people here. There are two cavaliers, who I'm going to need to kill. But I think they spawn two others on this side, and pirates will eventually spawn down here. And I think a couple of them will make their way up there. So I may need to leave one or two people behind to guard this. This is also the first map where I'm going to be using Marcus a lot. I know it seems like I've been using Marcus a bit already. I've actually been trying to avoid using him. This is one I'm going to need to use him quite a bit more than I have. Because, as you can see, there's a lot of horsemen over here. That can be a bit tricky to deal with. There's a lot of powerful units right here. The one advantage we have is we have two choke points. This one we're actually not going to be using because we're just going to be using it to funnel units over here. As for this area down here, we're going to be sending Marcus down to this area. Those are the two areas we need to go. And then we're probably just going to try and choke point this area and move out little by little. So, oop, nope, I wasn't in the move menu. Now I'm in the move menu. Yeah, as you can see, I have room for one more unit. I could have had Rebecca here if she didn't die, but unfortunately, she is gone. So, Marcus is actually going to go right here, because I'm going to be sending him as quick as I can down to here, and you'll see why when I start playing. These guys, I think they use lances. I think both of them do. This guy might use a sword. Nope, javelin. They both use lances of a type. So I'm gonna just have Dorcas go here, and he can deal with them. The other one I'm gonna need to deal with is he's gonna need to go this way, and I was gonna send my cleric with him for reasons I'll get into later, but I'm not anymore. I think I don't need my cleric. I think Elua can do it, because there's a character I'm gonna need to talk to. Sarah can talk to him right off the bat. I don't know if Eliwood can, but I'm pretty sure he can. So Eliwood's gonna go with him. I'm also gonna need him down here as well to take up a spot on the bridge. Gonna send 3 people over here, I think, and definitely gonna be an axe user. I kind of want to send Hector, but the wolf bale will not be effective against if I run into cavalry units. However, Bartray doesn't have as good on defense, but if Bartray dies, I can deal with that. If Hector dies, I can't. Screw it. Bartray, you're going with him. You've been voluntold. Hector, you're going to stay here, and then it's going to be the 4. Actually, I hadn't quite gotten this done yet. Ooh, you know what else I could do? Actually, rather than sending Bartray, I might send Matthew to deal with this. Because Matthew's got a decent move speed. Screw it. Bartray, you're out. Matthew, you're in, because I'm sending Eliwood that way anyway. Which admittedly would mean Matthew's a terrible choice for it, but whatever. Well, I need you down here. No, I think I'm gonna have you come in from the top. That should be fine. Okay, so not the best way of doing this, but it'll work for what I'm trying to do. Right. Back out. And save again. Kind of a leftover reflex from my save scumming days. I think we should be good though. I think everyone has what they need. With that being said, we can fight. Here's where Merlinus tells us that he can come with us. His tank can't be moved about. It can if you... Yeah, see, if it loses all its HP, he'll still be around, he just disappears and won't be available. Yep, so we will deploy Merlinus. I'm definitely planning to do that. I'm going to deploy him every level, because there's no reason not to, really. There's absolutely no reason not to have him deployed. And like I said, because like I said, if he dies, he just disappears and comes back next level. It's worthwhile to have him survive battles, because again, like I said, the more he levels up, the tougher he gets, and the harder he becomes to destroy. So if he doesn't gain levels early on, it'll be harder for him to gain levels later. But for right now, we're not going to bother with that. We're not going to worry about it. Ah, Urk! This is the guy I was worried about. So Urk is currently working for, I believe, Etruria. Etruria is another country in this area that we'll have to go to. Actually, I don't think we ever go to Etruria. We might. But Urk is a character from the tutorial missions, again. I swear we're coming to the end of those here pretty soon. After next mission, I think we'll be at the end of them. Or at least close, so we'll have most of them, and then there'll just be occasional trickle down from then on out. But Urk is a mage, and mages are really good in this game. And apparently he has 99 experience. Awesome. And this is a character I was talking about, because if you played the tutorial missions, you would know that Urk was working for Sarah at one point, and in service of House Ostia. But since then he's moved on, and if we had Sarah go over here and talk to him, we could recruit him right there. I think Ellawood can still do it, though. I think. I hope Ellawood can still do it, otherwise I'm going to have to block him off and wait for Sarah to be able to get there. In the meantime, Lowen, if you wouldn't mind, come over and kill this guy for me, would you? He only does 3 damage, and then he dies. Yep, and that was a decent level. Strength, defense, and HP, and skill, I think. We're also going to move Ellawood over here, and we're going to move Matthew as far as we can get him. I think... Ooh, he's going to be able to protect Matthew, but I don't think anyone else can. I've kind of gotten accustomed to the shortcuts on the newer versions, because on the newer versions, if you just press if you press the right bumper or press the right shoulder button, you can actually access, you can get like a full layout where it shows the entire attack grid of like who can attack where. Not this early edition though, not an original Fire Emblem. That's only for the newer. I couldn't come up with a good insult for it, but yes, it's the newer, younger sods who don't know how hard it was back in the day. Alright, Marcus should be able to kill this guy. Because as I mentioned, there's something down here by this city we're going to need. Or someone in this city we're going to need. So Marcus is going to run down there as quickly as he can. Then we're going to see if we can't trigger a bunch of them to come this way. And go at Oswin, because Oswin can take it. As for these guys, they're both lances, so Bartray should be able to take this guy down. Okay, he couldn't take him down, but did a fair amount of damage to him, and the guy missed in return. As for Hector, he's gonna move down here, I think. I might need to move him out. Dorcas should one-shot this guy. I'm expecting him to. Ooh! Wait. Oh, man, that's not quite what I was hoping for. So, neither of them died, which is a problem. I was hoping at least one of them would, because now, I'll tell you what I think we might be able to do. If I move, if I move Sarah up there for the minute, I don't think he can get there, and then I can kill this guy with Guy. Kill a guy with Guy. I don't know why that entertains me, but it does. And 1, and a 2, and a dead. Gains a level. Swordsmen are actually my favorite units in this game. The Myrmidons and the Swordmasters. I don't know why, I like the concept of a character that relies on like speed and skill rather than just brute strength. which admittedly in like most D&D games is supposed to be the rogue, but the rogue relies more on cunning and guile. And it's like a lot of sneaky. I just want someone who's like a really skilled finesse fighter. And it's really hard to do that in D&D. Oh look! Urk's gonna come to us. Ah yes, this is what I was talking about. You couldn't see it because I frame skipped it. But in that town, there is a woman named Priscilla, who Urk is the one escorting her. And, yep, so we need to go down and get her, because she can't stay where she's at anymore. And this is where we find out that while that one city kind of was trying to go along with things, this city's trying to just stay under the radar. They don't like the war, but they can't do much about it. I mean, to be fair, the equivalent of what's happening right now is if, like, Texas decided to invade Oklahoma. Or, like, basically any other state that's surrounding it. Like, if Texas decided to send National Guard troops or police officers or whatever, like, probably their militia. I'm sure they're one of the kind of people that have... If Texas sent a militia force to invade Arizona, that's kind of what we're looking at. As for Elwood, god damn it. Wait a second. Sarah's up here. That could work in my advantage. That could work in my favor. How much damage have you taken? None. So I can put you over there and that'll probably be okay. As for you, Lowen can take a Lowen can take a beating. We'll put him here. Yep. And we're going to have... Matthew got hurt a bit, so we're going to put him up here. Marcus, just going to keep going down, because they're going to just be charging from left to right, and see how they're getting kind of spread out. This is basically what I want. Because if we can engage them in small numbers at a time, then we'll probably have a much better advantage. Move you guys back. Do you have a vulnerate with you? Yeah, I think I'm going to use that. Sarah's not going to be back for a bit. Dork is going to move forward as well. I think that's everything I really want to do this turn. And I don't think they have any bandits to... Actually, they wouldn't loot the cities anyway, because this is, Laus. Alright. He's going to kill try to kill Marcus and get killed. Ooh, Matthew took another big chunk of damage there. I think I'm going to hold him back until I can heal him up. I'm trying to think. Because I know there's another character besides Sarah who can talk to Urk on this level. But I don't know who it is. It's not Lowen, I know that, and I don't think it's Matthew. With my luck, it's probably Rebecca. That's probably who it was. Poor Rebecca. Ah, this is where the pirates get involved. Pirates are going to spawn here, and I think here, and they're just going to work their way up. These two are fine, because those will just land right over here, so we have defense against it. It's this one that's going to be a bit of a problem, because these guys are going to try and land here, and if you don't have anyone back to take care of them, they will go after Merlinus. Right now, it's not a terribly big deal, because we have people back there, especially Guy. Because the pirates are axemen, Guy should be able to, he should have no problem with them. Ah, yes, and Sarah is going to go talk to Urk and get on his nerves because that's what Sarah kind of does. Yeah, he really didn't. There's kind of a theme going through this game with some of the characters. Sarah's is that she's really obnoxious and people find her kind of frustrating to be around. Alright, so he is going to volunteer to help us just because we agreed to help him guard Priscilla. So our purposes are aligned. Alright, then Urk is going to kill this guy off. Actually, do we want... You know what? Yeah, we're going to have Urk do it because I want to get my mages leveled up. Having my mages leveled up is going to be a very important thing going forward because mages are... Well, they're freaking powerful is what they are. Yep, HP speed sounds good. And Ella was going to visit here. Oh, look, now they're being friendly toward us. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Apparently Marquis Laus decided he wanted this guy's daughter, so he has her at the castle doing, well, presumably not nice things to her. And he will give us an iron blade, oops, which is a really good it's similar to the steel sword. Or rather, I should say, it's a variant on the iron sword. It's the same class as the steel sword, the same tier, I guess we would say. But the thing about it is, it does a lot more. It's a heavy weapon, because you can see weight 5 to weight 12. So it's a heavy weapon that does a lot more damage. Incidentally, I might actually use that. Elwood's got a pretty decent skill, I think, a decent skill rating to start. Yeah, 8, 12 speed, so that's probably worth Elwood using, actually. As for Matthew, we're going to bring him down here. Ooh, here's an interesting thing. Can he go after... No, but he might. So we're not going to bring... We'll move him up here. That way he's halfway towards the goal and halfway to protecting Sarah if he needs to. As for Marcus... Why are they pursuing Marcus? That's not what they were supposed to do. Alright, so Knight's dead. There's an armory up there I might visit. Mostly for Marcus, because Marcus is going to need new equipment here soon. As for these guys... I'll tell you what, these guys aren't taking my bait. They seem to be going more after Marcus, so I'm going to move some of them out. I'll move him out further. Then I'm actually going to have Bartray go up behind him. Dorcas is going to go off to the side. I'm going to leave Hector back a bit in case, to kind of cover both fronts. And Guy's just going to chill out back here on the beach, just in case anyone spawns. Alright, there goes one pirate. Ah, now they're coming up after me. And since they're all using lances, Dorcas will have advantage. Ooh, he's only using a javelin. I forgot to change that back out. Alright. That works. Oh yes, another gameplay element that was introduced in the tutorial and that you haven't seen yet. On certain levels, this one for right now, it can rain, and if that happens, it will drastically limit the movement of your units. The way they're affected depends on what kind of unit they are. I think mages are affected the least. Their movement, they only lose like a couple squares off of theirs. Regular unit, their movement is halved. For cavalry, it's down to a quarter of what it is. So he will only be able to move like 2 squares. Elwood will only be able to move 3. Urk will actually... I think Urk might get his full movement. I'm not certain. I think they still do. Matthew will get, I think, a bit of extra movement as well, being a thief. Of course, I could also be misremembering. That might be the newer games. That might be like Awakening and Fates. Ah, here we go. This is where things get a bit hairy. So we're gonna start by having Bartray kill this guy. This is the other reason I brought all the axemen out here. Actually, don't need to waste a steel axe. I can probably just do it with iron. One hit, one kill. And then we're just going to use a basic iron axe against him, because that should, Yep, and one and done. And he levels up. Then Oswin will take out this archer. Ooh, we didn't quite take him out. I don't think any of these guys have damage. Oh, Dorcas has a bit, but this shouldn't be enough to kill anybody. Oh, hell no. 10 damage. All these guys will be fine. Hell, that might not even do any damage to half of them. Now, have they started spawning towards... Doesn't look like it. I'm going to move Guy up a bit further on that note. I thought they spawned some from down there. I could have sworn they did. So we're going to visit here. And we'll meet Priscilla, who is yet another unit we can recruit. So she sees that, hey, we're fighting Marquis Laus. I don't like Marquis Laus. Let's join up with you. And Marcus, I'm actually going to move back now a bit because I want to have him go through to the armory and pick up a couple of things. As for her unit, this is actually not a unit that was in the tutorial or introduced in the tutorial. It is a healing unit that is mounted. It is called a Troubadour. I think Priscilla is the only Troubadour we get. I'm pretty sure of that, actually. I'm pretty sure she's the only one we'll get in the game. Later on, she'll upgrade to a Mage Knight and gain the ability to cast offensive magic. For right now, we will, we're just gonna use her as a healer. As a mounted healer. Which is really useful. And she's gonna chill out here, right next to Marcus. She can, ooh. He hasn't taken enough damage to justify it. I'm going to... Because the other thing is she uses a Mend Staff, which is more powerful than a Cure Staff or a Heal Staff, but also has less charges. So I'm actually going to save that one. And they haven't gotten up here yet, so I still have all of these guys to deal with. Step 1, heal Matthew. Step 2, Step 2 is Lowen goes out to guard the front. Oh, we can have him visit this house as well. Okay, a little bit of fluff text. And we're gonna move... Ooh. Do any of these guys have a ranged attack? No. Definitely not. No. And no. And he doesn't move. Actually, he does. Ooh, he has a Silver Lance. That's something I can give to this guy. Maybe that was where I was thinking I got the Silver Lance from. Because I remember having one. It could be that I didn't get it till here. I don't know. I'll have to play it again on my, if I can get my GBA running again, play it on the original GBA and see if I can get access to that. Matthew will then move up, because I'm going to need him to take out Axe Dude at some point. I think in that case... Hold on. Alright, so L cycles through enemy movement, or friendly movements, and since I don't need Elwood to do anything, I'll just wait. And at this point, they're going, oh no, he's not going to summon reinforcements, it's going to go to a story bit. So, Lord Darren finds out his son is in a bad way. We might lose this fight. And he's not joking, because my team has not lost a single, we've not had a single casualty yet, and he has lost over half of his forces. Those are not great numbers. If you were fighting a war, and you found out that your enemy had not lost a single troop, but that your forces were down to half of what they were originally, you'd probably want to leg it. And so Infidel knows when he's beaten and decides, well, fuck it, these guys are just puppets anyway, and he's going to take off. Wait, Nurgle, you say? Who is this Nurgle? He sounds like a villain. Yep. To be fair, I mentioned in an earlier part that most of the Fire Emblems rely way too much on the ancient mystical cult aspect. This game, I think, does it the best out of them. Because if you look and say, for example, Awakening... actually, well, starting with this game, Lord Darren, who's basically just being used by this cult, he's not really evil. He just kind of, he wants more power, and this group has said, hey, we can give you that. And you can see him kind of like hesitating and going back and forth and having to justify and rationalize it, like, well, no, we can't go back now. Oh, what am I gonna do? I can't leave my son. Well, yes, you can leave your son. Yes, you're right. He's only holding me back. I need to look forward. It's a necessary sacrifice. It's unfortunate, but, you know, we were going to have to leave him here. Yeah, you can see him kind of going back and forth with it, which is kind of cool. It actually sets him up as sort of, you know, a character who's being slowly corrupted, rather than, say, Fire Emblem Awakening, where the villain you go up against is psychotically evil right from the word go, and it makes almost no sense. It's like, why would anyone have gone along with this guy in the first place? And yep, he's going to call for reinforcement, and he's not going to get them. I don't believe any more reinforcements come. I think what they have is, other than the pirates who show up to try and loot everything, but they're relatively easy to deal with. And now the rain's happening. So, as I said, in rain, your movement is halved. So we're actually going to move these guys forward a bit, because their cavalry aren't going to be able to get to us anyway. The cavalry are the one who take the biggest hit relative to their max. Urk actually has 3 squares of movement, and Matthew does as well. I think Matthew might just be because he has more movement as a base. Ooh, so we're actually gonna. How do I want to do this? Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have Lowen go up here and finish him off. And then we're going to move Matthew a bit forward. We're going to move Elwood up to the house. We're going to move Sarah up to heal Urk. And then we're going to move Urk out because I can't get to him anyway. I don't think any one of these guys can move that far. Nope. This guy came close. That would have been a bit scary if I finding that out the hard way. As for Marcus, he's going to go up into the armory, and I'm going to have him buy some of the stuff he needs. In particular, Iron Sword, Iron Lance, Iron Axe. So now I can save up the steel stuff for when I need it. Or rather, I can use the steel stuff until it runs out, and then I can go and use the iron stuff. Right, so I think it's everyone. Who am I missing? Is Priscilla the only one I'm missing? Apparently so. Alright, so the pirate's gonna go after Dorcas. The other one can't... Oh! The other one gets his full movement. So maybe it's Pirates who are the special units. I know pirates can walk on water, and so can thieves, I think, one space. I think thieves can cross rivers. As for... Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for Mark. These next couple rounds are gonna be about positioning, because I need to get Marcus coming up from this way. I need to get the rest of the guys coming up from this way. And I need to get everything set up so that I can, in pretty much one round, kill all of them. Dorcas is gonna need some healing. Right now, Guy can probably deal with them, alright? The other question is, did they spawn... Because that seems like something this game would do, is just spawn people in a place you don't think they'll spawn people. But, look good for right now, so... Last bit of business. Move Urk up. Move Lowen over. Hold on, what is his HP real quick? He's fine for now. Eloa can go behind them, and we can move him out when we need it. And then we'll have Sarah here waiting. And Matthew will chill right here. Okay, so they are going to want to attack off with that archer. But they shouldn't do anything else. 'Cause I don't know that those, Oh, crap. See, I told you they'd do it. I told you they would spawn those guys. Luckily, it's going to be a while till they get up to your, up here to Merlinus. So, we've got some time to prepare. As for dude here, will Steel Axe kill in one hit? Nope. We're going to have to do this. And then we're going to move these guys forward. Actually, yeah, we'll move him forward a couple times because he's our strongest guy. We'll move Hector over behind him. That might be the most prudent location for him. Urk is going to kill this guy. Or not, I guess. Because he's in mountains, he gets a bone. Yeah, that's the thing that sucks about fighting bandits. They're relatively weak, but if they can go over mountains, and if they do, they get a plus 40% to their evade, which is a bit difficult to deal with. So as for him, we are going to have Matthew kill this guy, or come close to killing him anyway. Move him over. I think the second the rain stops, this guy's going to try and attack one of my people. Which is problematic because with a Silver Lance, he does a lot of damage. So I actually need to get him killed, if I can, fairly quick. Okay. And they're gonna do their thing. Urk's gonna actually do damage to that guy. Ah! This is where things are about to go wrong. What's Oswin's current thing? Alright, for right now. Alright, so what's his range of attack? Because he can move up. I'm gonna have hit. I'm gonna have Lowen, or her heal Lowen. Marcus is gonna move up from this direction. Hopefully I can draw a couple people down here. Guy is actually gonna start moving back towards Merlinus. Dorcas is going to move forward. Does he have a vulnerary? No, he doesn't, but I don't think he's going to need one. He'll be able to attack, but he won't do that much damage. This is the guy I'm worried about right here, Eric. Because he can one-shot most of my people right now. As a result of that, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have Urk move back here and kill Lowen. Or kill bad dude. Uh-oh. In that case, Rapier still, because Rapier is going to do the most damage. Rapier does a ton of damage to cavalry as well. So that's going to be my best bet. Lowen is just going to chill right here. He is not going to move one iota. Bartray. Ooh, this is where it's going to get tough. Actually, now that I think about it, not terribly tough. So we move him there. We're going to equip him with the lance in preparation for enemies to attack. The goal is we want to get as many people as possible down over here. So I need to figure out... Okay. Bartray can go down here. And Hector, I'm actually going to move back to deal with this guy. Alright, this is where it's going to get a bit tricky. Wasn't worried about that guy. I am, however, worried about this. Oh! 13 points of damage. I hope he only attacks once. Please only attack once. Okay, he only attacked once. Whew! Lowen should survive this then. Maybe. If he keeps critting, I might lose him. Yep, because that's going to do 3 more damage. Don't crit. Please don't crit. I don't want you to actually kill things, because then more things will show up to try and kill you. Okay, please don't do 7 damage. Whoo! Missed. And only would have done 1 point of damage anyway. Now, this part's actually going to be quite easy. Now that they've moved, the hairy part is over. The terrifying part is pretty much done, because now I can thunder him. That'll do a fair amount of damage. And now, because I'm attacking, I can actually see how much damage I will do and calculate whether or not I'm probably going to die. Oswin should be able to attack him without much of a problem, assuming he hits, which he didn't. So, slight problem, maybe. This guy has a sword, doesn't he? Fuck. Okay. Oops, I was gonna try and see what the wolf bill did. Yeah, so this is gonna be the fun part. Trying to kill a horseman with a sword using only guys with axes. Minor inconvenience, but at least you can't kill either of those guys yet. Guy, I'm going to move back here. Ooh, Dorcas has a hand axe with a very, very low chance to hit. Although, if I use it on this guy, this could go my way. Yes, it does. It does go my way. Now, as for Lowen, you desperately need some healing because you're almost dead. Alright, he's up to 20. We are okay for right now. What's your attack range? 'Cause I need to get... Ooh, Priscilla, I'm not going to be able to get moved up there. I'm going to have to keep her back here for right now. Yep, just out of his range. I knew he wasn't going to be able to get quite here because cavalry take a negative when going through forests. As for him, how much damage does he do? Not a lot at all. I need to focus on these guys, I think. So, Lowen, can you one-shot this guy? If... Okay. This is a risk. Alright, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if I can kill this archer, and God damn it, this is not going my way. Here's what I'm gonna do instead. And there's a reason I'm doing it this way. I'm gonna move Eliwood down there. Because, as you can see, this isn't gonna kill him. And as long as I hit once, he will die. Alright, here we go. Please hit. Yes! Hit and dead. And he gains a lot of experience from that. Awesome. Yep, and now he's even tougher, so... At this point, I don't think the other guy will last, but just so he doesn't attack my cleric, I'm gonna bring Urk down. Ooh. I'm gonna bring Urk down. I'm not going to have him attack yet. Urk will just wait and make it so he can't attack my cleric. Might die, he might die. Yes, he's dead. So, bit of a close shave on Bartray, but that's part of the game, I guess. And yep, he's gonna go after Matthew now and miss. So that's good. Oh, and a crit. Didn't quite kill him though. So I think I'm gonna have Matthew finish him. What's Matthew's level? Does anyone else desperately need the kill? You don't really. You can't kill. Well, fuck it. I guess Matthew's gonna finish this guy off. And down he goes. Now the next part is just going to be Guy killing off these people back here. I'm gonna send Hector back to help him. And it looks like there's a... Oh, seriously? We have to kill the fucking pirates before we win? Screw you, game. I guess at this point we might as well just send everybody back. Heal up Dorcas as I frame skip like crazy. Priscilla, you can go back as well. Bartray, I'm actually going to put you up here with my cleric so she can heal you next turn. Oh, really? You fucking... Yeah, heal up like a little bitch. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna use this guy. I need this guy to go down. I don't want to have to fight these guys any more turns than I have to. Move Marcus down. Focus over. And I think at this... Actually, heal. Why not? And now we just wait till next turn. The worst part is none of us can get to him. Wait, did he move all of that in one turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is as much as a freaking... That is as much as a freaking cavalry. How did you do that? You shouldn't have been able to do that. But given that Hector's fighting you now, guess we might as well finish you off. And... smash. Okay, so Hector gets some good stuff, and that's finally the level over. Yeah, it's drug on a bit longer than I wanted it to, and Eric still isn't dead, despite the fact that we did sort of kill him with rapier. And his slow realization that his father abandoned him. His father has turned to the dark side. Yes, so Evadel came here 1 year ago, just happening to coincide with the events of the tutorial missions where we helped out Lynn. And speaking of Lynn, we're going to be seeing her again here very shortly. I apologize if I'm going through this too fast for you guys to read it. Bottom line is, Marquis Fury showed up here in response to, like, a proposal that, you know, Darren had, and, he was a really early one to respond. In actuality, what happened was the Marquis Fury, I can't even remember his name right now, but he showed up here to try and stop Darren, and failed to do so. And we'll find out more about that later if I get that far. So, as I said, we're dealing with, you know, this crazy cult who is using the Marquis as his puppet, and basically has him under total control. He doesn't, actually. Alright, yep. All this other stuff. And I think in a second we find out... Oh! Nope, that's something that just randomly happens. So, we'll deal with the story bits next time. This took way longer than I thought. Because we're at over 40 minutes already. So, I'm going to call it here. And next time we will continue on. And find out exactly what further intrigue awaits us. What is Darren planning? Where is he planning it? And what exactly is up with this mystical cult? Why do they think that was a good idea? I don't know. But all those questions and more starting to get answered, but not really next time. Meantime, I was Ben, and this is Fire Emblem. See you next time, everyone.